and Donovan Mitchell had tested positive. And after that night, the NBA has suspended the regular season. Also, it has been reported that while traveling, Tom Hanks and his wife have tested positive for COVID-19. And there's a part of you that wants to say, it'll all blow over. Somebody's doing something. It's being dealt with. The smart people are doing stuff. Everything's going to be all right. But then you hear our president talking, saying words out of his mouth. And, your false sense of everything's going to be okayness kind of drifts away. Here's a supporter, followed by some of his comments. A lot of times I can't help but thinking, this guy is the president of the United States of America, of the country that I reside in. But, what can you do? Take precautions, wash your hands, buy more sanitizer and Lysol spray if there's any left. And you go about your day. You keep going to work until they tell you, hey, don't come to work anymore, unless you're sick. But I consider myself a realist. Not an optimist, not a pessimist, but a realist. I deal with what I consider to be realistic. But I got one more clip for you before we're done for today. I want you to hear about the Archdiocese, Catholic priests and whatnot, and see how they're handling the virus.
This letter was sent out to area parishes and Catholic schools by the Archdiocese of Detroit just 2 days ago. It outlines safety measures to be taken in the wake of growing concerns over COVID-19 or the coronavirus. But I just spoke with the Monsignor here, and he says these measures are not new. They are sent around any time there's concern over an outbreak. He says this is just another example of how people here in the area are preparing for a possible outbreak in the state of Michigan.
Truly to take precautions to prevent the disease from spreading.
An advisory from the Archdiocese of Detroit instructs area parishes to empty the holy water font and asks parishioners to stop shaking hands due to the coronavirus. Globally, there are new cases He proposed similar measures in place during other viruses. The memo also instructs churchgoers to not attend Mass if they're experiencing any symptoms of illness and recommends parishes stop, at least for now, offering wine during communion. But it's not just churches and schools taking extra steps to remain healthy. Bedrock Detroit released a statement today detailing everyday practices they want their employees to follow in wake of concerns over the coronavirus. They're based on the recommendations from the CDC. Chief among them, staying home if you're feeling sick with any respiratory disease symptoms. It's reported there are now at least 70 people in the U.S. confirmed to have the coronavirus. So far, there are no confirmed cases in Michigan.
Yes, that was maybe a week and a half ago, but I guess it is kind of encouraging that the people of the cloth are, listening to the World Health Organization and taking precautions, But, yeah. So, hopefully the next podcast I have some better news for you. And hopefully by then we got this thing contained, or a vaccine, or some good gifts out of the damn thing. But until next time, it's your boy, aka William DeRoe. We outro.